All right, MacBooks, Apple's M1 chip. Everyone's been talking about it, how good they are, and I agree with them. I got myself a base MacBook Air, 8 GB, 256 storage, and it's been phenomenal. I definitely agree with all the reviews. So MacBooks M1 chips and their new laptops and computers which came out or which are about to come out. I think about those as iPhone versions of their laptops or computers. Because think about it, that's what they did with iPhone and it works really well. Home baked operating system, their own chipset, their own storage and memories. It's a system on chip design. They are tightly working together with each other and performance is very well. And I think they're trying to do the same with their laptops and it's been very good so far. So I'm not a very power user. I'm not a power user, I would say, but then I use Lightroom Classic quite often. And when I use Lightroom Classic, I use it mostly for 42 megapixel RAW pictures. And what I have seen is if you import those pictures and if you're doing minor edits, if you're doing some sort of filtering, removing shadows, highlights, or adding any of your personalized filters, exporting pictures to JPEG, all of that works very well. No issues there at all. I'm talking specifically about 8 GB. But when it comes to some heavy processing or slightly heavy processing, and I'm talking about creating some HDRs, I take a lot of photos. So most of my pictures are dark with some light areas and some dark areas. I create a lot of stacks. I create a lot of HDRs. And I feel that 8 GB, when it comes to memory, it starts lagging behind. It uses a lot of swap memory. And when I compare it to my Windows laptop, I know it's not apples to apples comparison, but when I compare it with 1075H processor on a laptop, and this one, that's exactly where I start seeing some differences in processing times, not only times, but in certain cases it also errors out. I don't know if this has to do with the Rosetta translation, this not being native, but either way, I thought it would be worth giving a try with 16 GB version because the other thing that came in my mind is not only Lightroom. Think about 3-4 years down the line. I usually keep my Macs for a little over 4 years, I would say close to 5 years. And as time passes by, I have always seen that more or less applications tend to become memory intensive. So another thing that comes to my mind is this probably is not a big deal, but the 16 GB or the 512 GB versions, they come with another core of GPU, which is unlocked. This might or might not help, but there is no harm in having an additional GPU core, which additionally would cost you another $50 or so. So long story short, I ordered a 16 GB RAM and 512 GB storage version. This one is great. The one that I have is rose gold. Quite honestly, the rose gold has grown on me over the time, but the catch is I don't know if I'm going to like it 6 months down the line. That's just me. People might like it. On the other hand, gray seems to be slightly safer option. So I'm gonna go and open the gray version. There are a lot of unboxing videos, but what's special about this, and a lot of people might have gone through it, but what was surprising for me is they're calling 16 GB versions of MacBook Air, especially the one with M1 chip, or the one with M1 chip, custom built. This one actually got manufactured apparently and shipped directly from China. Unlike most of the Apple products I've always ordered, they tend to ship within US. Not this one. This got shipped from Shanghai. And what's fascinating is it arrived in 4 days. Actually under 4 days. So this is not an unboxing experience per se, but then now that I have it, I thought, why not? It's a sealed box. Let me go ahead and open this one. I think it would be fun to see how the rose gold and the gray version look side by side. So you guys can let me know if a lot of people got their 16 GB MacBooks from Shanghai as well. In the past, I have heard that custom Mac Pros and custom, I think the MacBook Pro versions as well, especially of the 16 GB, they were shipped from Shanghai. They were calling it custom build. But Air with 16 GB, I always thought this is more like a standard version. Nothing special here. It's the exact same box, lightning cable, and a power brick. And the MacBook Air Gray, or whatever their Apple's Gray name for the version is. So, gray versus gold. I think I like gold, at least right now. But as I said, I don't know if I'm going to still like it 6 months down the line. This is a safe choice for me. Maybe not the same for others. I'm going to open it up for the first time. Typical startup. Nothing special there. By the way, one last fun fact. This video was shot in 12 Pro Max. I still like 1080p, 60 frames. 4K, I still feel 4K is an overkill. I don't do video production. I'm mostly doing this for a hobby. I do take tons of pictures, again, as a hobby, not professionally, or it's not my job or anything. So my primary use is Lightroom and editing pictures, not videos. But now that I have a phone with great camera, I thought, why not take a video, upload it, and maybe I'll keep you posted about how Lightroom behaves, especially with landscapes, astrophotos, especially where you're doing a lot of HDR processing, panoramas, you're stacking images, you're using some third-party skins with Lightroom to blend colors and adjust the balance. I hope 16 GB has slightly or at least somewhat better performance. That's what I'm hoping for. And it can use some of that memory with GPU because it's a shared memory. Some of that can be allocated to GPU, and Lightroom takes advantage of GPU nowadays. So I hope the performance will be better. And once Lightroom Classic gets rolled out with a native version of macOS, I hope it gets even better. So that's about it for now. Thanks.